As he proceeds towards the stage, the students of Lamdon are continuing with the dialectic presentation. As we have already mentioned, this open stadium, which we had the privilege of naming after His Holiness, today, His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama will be inaugurated shortly after the lighting of the lamp ceremony. After the lighting of the lamp ceremony, we will mark the beginning of Lamdon Golden Jubilee celebration.
Hello.
This lighting of the lamp ceremony marked the beginning of Lamdon Yarchoe Chenmo and the celebration of Lamdon Golden Jubilee.
Maluz galwe kenra chipdos bi zuksur namrolwa morbik dinba chanser zapni joaden te terponcho tujje chasku yalwaramatong korwe sochen marolwa didang chimne skapsultano tari gonbo chandraze ke turap somes tonba Dalai Lama idwang chokpe zomjal tawai miktang kokpe sni kurgyal tonte kanseng selkar lavne dandias Kachor lafne Kargyan Majing Chenme Chokamo Labra Chenpe Mamardwa Yangik Zampe Zambala Kense Nuspe Panzoche Pama Zampe Lamotundu Laldan Kotki Shokshinke Mirik Yanski Seshoglo Zamling Jirde Uti Chok Ladakh Longesh Techen La Lamdon Sospe Munsel Hot Skumal Urgyat Metpa Lamdunpa Lamdonba Teps Yarchoe Chenmo Ostombar Kaski Tangar Yuskar Sangma Niza Skarsum Tachembar Namdel Jiber Gyanjalta Masomba Inna Shake Jalung Mosu Jal Urgan Chetpe Songa Mosu Masorba Chakna Padmen Namrul Dunne Jal Yang Lanchik Lamdon La Peshe Sang Lamdon Pa Pama Machikpe Lamdon Nangsanga Choka Katinto Nir Save Lama Katinto
Ladies and gentlemen, His Holiness is proceeding towards the inauguration of this open stadium, which is named after him, the 14th Dalai Lama.
Manjushri
Jeremila, you can sit there.
Is there a frequency?
98.
98. Just 98.
Right in front. quite loud.
That's good.
A blissful morning to everyone present over here. The most awaited moment is finally here. With great joy and immense exultation, I feel privileged to extend my warm welcome to His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama. Today, my co-host Punzo Chosgar, Seva Namgyal, Gunga Gyalmo, and I, Ms. Mahir, students of this esteemed institute, Lamdon Modern Senior Secondary School Day, would like to welcome Member of Parliament, Mr. Geshe Langri, Chief Executive Councillor, Advocate Tashi Gyalsan, President Ladakh Buddhist Association, Mr. Thupkan Seva, President Ladakh Gurkha Association, Venerable Siring Amdu, President Anjuman Islam, Dr. Abdul Qayyum, President Anjuman Imamia, Mr. Ashraf Ali Barsha, President Christian Committee Lay, Mr. Dejan Chamba, Chief Representative Officer, Tibetan Settlement, Mr. Dundup Tashi, and all the dignitaries, delegates, parents, students, and teachers. To this very special day, we will be celebrating, remembering, and admiring the achievement of our institute under the name of Lamdon Yarchoe Chenmo, which is a mark for the excellence of Lamdon School for 50 years.
The much-awaited day which every Lamdonite was waiting for is finally here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Lamdon's Golden Jubilee Celebration. 50 years ago, dear friends, in the pursuit of knowledge and wisdom, Lamdon School had came into existence with a vision to provide exceptional education and a nurturing environment for the students of Ladakh. As we gather on this auspicious day, we are deeply humbled and blessed to be graced by the presence of His Holiness, the 14th Dalai Lama. The path shown by His Holiness to foster peace, compassion, and universal values has inspired millions around the globe. Thank you, Your Holiness, for blessing us with your presence today. The presence of His Holiness in this celebration reflects the holistic approach to not only graduate academically brilliant individuals, but also compassionate and responsible global citizens. So with their heads held high and hearts filled with gratitude, with your round of applause, let's welcome and celebrate the Lamdon's Golden Jubilee Celebration.
Now, I would like to request His Holiness the
That was
14th Dalai
blessing
Lama
for the
to
tea
dedicate
and
Dharma books and Lamdon
ceremonial
Golden
rice.
Jubilee magazine.
Blessing for the sweetened rice, ceremonial rice. I pay homage to Your Holiness, Tenzin Gyatso, who has elucidated the teaching of the Buddha by combining the teaching on wisdom and compassion. So this will be the presentation of debate.
Presenting the mesmerizing dialectic presentation, a harmonious fusion of knowledge and wisdom.
The debate is about whether a hill on the near side and the far side are relative to each other or not. The hill on this side, is it relative or related or dependent on the hill on the other side or not? If it is, then is the hill on this side the product of the hill on the other side, the far side, or not? That's the debate. Next is they just recite the prayer of long life to His Holiness the Dalai Lama. Whether that prayer is an auspicious one or not.
Lamdon special thorim lokti lotukuni chosne Lamdon luyang sigla phula sachesano kasa 6000 bimanglanjes.
Now, it's time to present the song which holds our school spirit and the very heartbeat of our institution. Ladies and gentlemen, now we invite you all to join us in a heartfelt welcome and enjoy the beautiful melody of Lamdon Luyang, sung by the beloved students of Lamdon School. Please give a huge round of applause.
The name is drawn from Atisha's lamb for the path to enlightenment. That's what they're saying. Lamdon means the path to enlightenment. Lamb for the enlightenment. What's that? Lamb on the path to enlightenment.
Thank you, students. Lamdon Spacer Thorim Lukti, Putishikap Gendap, Nawam Namjaldam, Pomishikap Gendap, Sirimama Juapulin.
So next, the head boy and head girl, girl of the school,
and our school head girl,
giving their
speeches
speech.
on students' perspective of the development of Lamdon School within these years.
In the land surrounded by, this is the prayer to the, for the long life of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, the one verse prayer.
Now present here, I'm sitting on the head girl of this school. With the permission from His Holiness, I would like to express myself in front of you all. I look back at myself when I first came into Lamdon School, and I see a girl who just got her admission in second. Shy, scared, and nervous. Fast forward to 10 years, and that girl is standing in front of you, proud and confident. That is what Lamdon School has given me. Lamdon School saw the hidden diamond in me, so over the years, it molded me with compassion and guidance. Sometimes grinding me under the heat, doing what a best teacher does, pushing me out of my comfort zone. If it wasn't for Lamdon, I doubt I would have gotten this opportunity to speak in front of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. I do feel privileged. Lamdon, the quintessential of what its name suggests, has never failed to show me the right path in life. While this 10 years passed in a blink of an eye, I got many opportunities. Lamdon School bestowed upon me with the best and the holistic opportunities that a school in Ladakh can offer. I got the platform to speak on various important stages, got a chance to travel all the way to South India for dialectics and perform in many cultural events. Getting the opportunity to serve as the head girl is the best closing to this amazing Lamdon journey, as this gives me a chance to give the school back while still being its student. If Lamdon represents the lamp in its logo, then the ever-burning light is the teachers. I was lucky to have some amazing teachers whose wisdom and guidance have enriched my life, and I will be forever grateful for that. Even though no words can repay what the teachers of Lamdon has given us, yet on behalf of all the students, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude towards them. Thank you and have a nice day.
This is a prayer to His Holiness the Dalai Lama, in fact a praise of His Holiness. So with my due respect to Your Holiness, in body, speech and mind, I'm Ngawang Namgyal, the head boy of Lamdon's school. I'd like to relate in few words how I have benefited from Lamdon Model School. I joined when the president of the Lamdon School was Geshe Langri, and there has been a lot of progress during that time, during his tenure. And so I feel that I cannot thank enough, or we cannot thank enough, the Lamdon Model School for what it has given me and my schoolmates. So His Holiness the Dalai Lama has said that Lamdon Model School over the years has made great strides and made progress, and therefore materially you have really developed well so far, and now it would be good if you could also make strides in spiritual field, and therefore Lamdon Model School has incepted the study of Buddhist philosophy through dialectical debate. So in this 21st century, it's not enough just to have modern education. So the students, our president and principal, of course, can work on external developments, but I don't have time here to relate everything. But to everyone here, I would like to say that we are all very fortunate to have His Holiness the Dalai Lama amongst us on this occasion. So I'd like to thank, on behalf of all the Lamdon family, I, Ngawang Namgyal, would like to thank everyone, teachers, staff, other staff, family members, and so forth.
Thank you very much.
So next
Now,
is the
I would like to
President's
request
speech.
the esteemed President of Lamdon Social Welfare Society, Sri Punso Wangchuk, as he shares his profound insights and addresses the August gathering.
Hello. Hello.
So His Holiness the Dalai Lama is the embodiment of reincarnation of the embodiment of the deity of compassion, and His Holiness the Dalai Lama Tenzin Gyatso is a great bodhisattva. So I pay my respect to Your Holiness. So this Yarchoe Chenmo, the great summer debate, is held under the as advised by Your Holiness. So during this Yarchoe Chenmo, we have many different scholars who will also give presentations on various topics like history, literature, Buddhist philosophy, science, and the different Buddhist traditions of Tibet. So we have been able to set up many schools thanks to the late Bagula Rinpoche as well. So this school, Lamdon School, has over the years made lots of progress, beginning with a very humble beginning, and then now today we are a senior secondary school. So Lamdon School owes so much to Your Holiness from its beginning to what it is now. At your behest, we have incepted the study of Buddhist philosophy, as you have emphasized the teaching of love and compassion, while giving modern education as well to students. So in the beginning we have very few students, and now we have over 1,000 students. So we have produced many students from here who have now become, they work in various fields as scholars, engineers, and so forth. So we owe so much. We are very grateful to the late Bagula Rinpoche as well as Your Holiness. So this is the 7th time that Your Holiness has visited this school. You are our root guru, our heart guru, who is kind to us in 3 ways. So, having thanked His Holiness for his visit here this time on this occasion, now he's going on to welcome the dignitaries, including the Ladakh MP from Ladakh, the CEC, and so forth. So I'd like to also welcome all the public gathered here as well. Next, His Holiness the Dalai Lama. I would like to request
Thank you very much, Sri Puntawandu. In this ethereal moment, we are blessed beyond measure to have the gracious presence of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, Gyalwa Tenzin Gyatso, amongst us. His divine aura has graced our school on numerous occasions, and its benevolent blessings and prayers have always enveloped us. Today, witnessing the return of His Holiness to our cherished institution is truly a dream come true. And our hearts overflow with immeasurable gratitude, Your Holiness. In the presence of this esteemed assembly, I respectfully extend an earnest request to His Holiness the Dalai Lama, requesting you to honor us with your divine presence and grace our gathering with your valuable words of wisdom about the 8 verses of mind. Thank you, Your Holiness.
8 verses of mind training. To all my Dharma brothers and sisters, young and old, male and female, without discrimination, to all of you who have worked together, particularly for the Buddha Dharma. So you are appreciative of it and faithful to this Dharma. So whenever I visit Ladakh, I see all of your wholehearted devotion to me. So I'd like to thank you, everyone. Geshe Langri has said, where the Dharma has not spread before, and where it has spread but declined, may I, moved by compassion, illuminate this treasure of good and happiness. So, today in this world, there are many places, many countries where Buddhism had not spread before. In those places there are a newfound interest in the teaching of the Buddha, and even also amongst the scientists, people are taking interest in the teaching of the Buddha, paying attention to it. So those are places where Buddha Dhamma had not spread previously, but today, and also as the second line says, in the lands where it has spread but declined, today there are people who have, of course, found that mere material development does not give peace of mind, and therefore people have taken interest in the teaching of the Buddha, like in India and other places as well. In my own life, during this life, I have been through lots of ups and downs, many different obstacles and different difficulties. So, throughout this time, I've never felt demoralized, and also not becoming angry at those who cause harm to us. So now I'm almost 90 years old. Up to now, the teaching of the Buddha really has helped me to keep up with to not lose my heart, but in fact feel determined to work for the benefit of all sentient beings. As the prayer says, as long as space endures, as long as sentient beings remain, may I too remain to dispel the miseries of the world. So I never feel discouraged and also slackened in my effort to work for the benefit of sentient beings. So not only has the teaching of the Buddha helped me keep my peace of mind, but also feel determined to work for other beings as well.
Temata Tebuswada, Nam Sapa E Jiftetina, Tene Semchan Luce, Tene Sapa Teos Semchan Guni, Tontap Josia Sepia, Teone Nato Lucia Sepia, Tuxen Tarumana Shuk Chair Shodasa, Nigel Tene Tragas Shodara, Somada Hal, Juma Jumsa, Somasa, Nampe Chose Kertana, Jato Sol Luciate, Teos Hacha Sana, Tevija Te Sema Jidetan, Tedu Yomano.
So the people in this land, Ladakh, are wholeheartedly devoted to or appreciative of the teaching of the Buddha. So Ladakh and the other Himalayan belt region, people of this Himalayan belt, the greater the obstacles they face, their courage increases. So, for example, Tibetans inside Tibet, Communist China sees the Dharma as poison and try to manipulate people through all kinds of means to destroy their faith in the teaching of the Buddha and so forth. But the people of Tibet, inside Tibet, with their devotion and respect to the teaching of the Buddha, have never let these circumstances overtake them, but their determination to keep up with the teaching of the Buddha has become stronger. So in the Himalayan belt, from Ladakh in the west to the east, the Mun, Tawang or Arunachal in the east, people are single-pointedly devoted to the teaching of the Buddha, and I have faith in the teaching of the Buddha. You have never changed your traditional faith in the teaching of the Buddha. So I have met university students, Tibetan university students from Tibet, who have told me that the Tibetan peoples, when they actually taste and experience the teaching of the Buddha, they are not the Chinese, communist Chinese, are unable to alter our mind And then there are Chinese who also take interest in the teaching of the Buddha that is spread in Tibet as well. In today's time, people taking scientists who are interested in psychology and the workings of mind and emotions. So such scientists, there are many who come to see me. So they do not come to pray in religious terms, but because the teachings of our religion teach us the methods for bringing about peace of mind, and therefore they appreciate such teachings. They are not so much for making prayers out of faith. In the Himalayan region, Buddhism in general, and particularly the Buddhism that has spread, the Nalanda tradition which has spread in Tibet, in other words, which combines the teaching, which combines the three trainings of morality, concentration, and insight. In other words, combining shamatha and vipassana, so which is not only about making prayers, but actually using the teaching to make transformation within through reason and logic. So we have such a teaching, and individually I, on a daily basis, reflect on bodhicitta, the altruistic spirit of enlightenment, and the view of emptiness. So they are very helpful to keep my peace of mind. So this Nalanda monastic university tradition of India that has spread in Tibet with the help of Master Chandarakshita, the great abbot. And so this tradition so Chandarakshita has advised the Tibetans at that time in the 8th century that you have a very good basis of language, and you have your own language, and therefore it would be good to translate the teaching of the Buddha contained in the Sanskrit and the Pali traditions. And therefore today we have, following his advice, Tibetans started translating the different Buddhist literature into Tibetan, and therefore we have many different texts, scriptures containing the teaching of the Buddha. And we do study the teaching of the Buddha by combining the tradition or the philosophical tradition of Madhyamaka, the middle way tradition, philosophy, through logic. And therefore, in my own experience, I find this tradition where we use logic and reason to find the truth of the teaching and reality of things. So you can really have a very broad perspective of things. And not only keeping faith alone, but using reason to understand the teaching of the Buddha is a very good tradition that we have. So this Tibetan Buddhist tradition emphasizing logic to gain certitude or certainty in the truth of the teaching of the Buddha is a great tradition. So I would like to appeal to my brothers, Dhamma brothers and sisters, that you should not merely say, I take refuge in the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, but this Nalanda tradition that we have, which combine logic, the tradition of logic and Madhyamaka philosophy. So you should pursue the study of such a tradition. Even if you may not be a believer in a religion, but you can still study Buddhist Madhyamaka philosophy and use logic. So even though you may not have any belief in past and future lives, just for this life alone, you will see a great impact on your mind from this tradition to keep peace of mind. So today we are talking about secular ethics as well. So if you can use this Madhyamaka philosophy and logic and epistemology, the tradition that we have, it'll help to keep your peace of mind and also to develop compassion and love towards others.
tene regla ka psychology ta logic yete tene tete tebola tene structure joyete samsam yete sapasam mesba mosatan mesba mosanato tanuki gyute du tante structure joyete chutko chetena tela hojotena leptoba no so tebo chetena chola ke manen kadina na peso la maten kadina tebo jana nyampo o ina itukshi du sema jura tongya chate tache ijuki tandu derkane tene seta tomatena septu chat jala yote no so sanara sangya kona so tyo so te jate takta tro so reglama jago sano sema jura tongya tache tene to sano tebo sukte teno tebo tene nalan de sheju tena yoteno dasa secular etuk derkani skudu de teo zate yo chapa tebo kertena rigla de thokna chola tapa yo nam yo men nam me rigla de thokna semi nata tene chota tampo kadu ge jucha yurgo to kabi kertena kadu phanto tu sakane te samtur go kertena rigla de thokna secular etuk zate yo teno tebo kertena rigla de thokna jamnya cha yo teno tene nambe sona tata cho namma cho sama tene secular ethic de kan yo teno to rigla de thokna logic tene tente tene shenya cha te ta se si yo te cho
ri jana kumre ta ki
The communist China, the political leaders like Mao Zedong was not only a political leader but also a philosopher. I have met him a few times while I was in Beijing. So on the last day of my stay in Beijing, Mao Zedong had said that he wanted to meet me and had sent message. And so I met him and he was very happy. He held my hand and advised me how to lead people in Tibet. And so he told me that you should make the decision yourself. And then in the end, he told me that you have a very scientific mind. And the blind faith of religion is a poison. So I didn't respond to him right away for saying that. But I feel that today, if he were alive, he may have become a Buddhist practitioner, because he is quite a rational person, and therefore, if he could use logic and also understand the Madhyamaka philosophy. So from the philosophical perspective, he may be intrigued to take interest in the teaching of the Buddha.
Kochetenama, Science Jalayo Kanji, Samlo Sam Chukanji Jutu Job, to Yodan Yampo Fundi to Molatio, Mokara, Mara, Tene Tanmata, Umaniska, Tene Zungela, Tene Quate, Samlo, Shadan Yampo, Koran Yampo, Quato, Hago Chano, to have one Yampo, Paseco, Dasa Sonte, Yotina, Kochetena, Nampecho, Kochetena, Denvara, Logic Yokanji, Samlo Tamji Yokanji, Tilusi, Natamji, Yute Yokanji Jate, Koran Tene, Nampe, Tene, Tadu Baketena, Tata Yokanji, Hago Kanji, Yute Yodo, so on.
So these were just a few things that I wanted to speak on the side. So one day when I was in Beijing, the weather was bad and there were thunderstorms. And the late Pension Rinpoche had said that, oh, there is dragons making noise. And I said, in response to that, I said that there is no such thing as dragon, an animal called dragon that makes a noise in the sky, but it was because of the interaction between the different positive and negative electrical elements that makes sound, and therefore we have this thunderstorm. So some of the Chinese officials who were nearby were quite surprised by my answer or my statement. So of course, peace of mind cannot be brought about through force. But it has, if you have peace, if you have a compassionate and loving state of mind, then the communism can actually help the poor and the needy one, as it is the aim of socialism to help the downtrodden ones. So I feel that today, if Mao Zedong were alive, he might be have become a Buddhist. So the teaching that we have is very profound. In practical terms, we are not thinking of with the selfish motive to benefit oneself alone. So if today Mao Zedong were alive, he may say that what Buddhism is talking about, benefiting and serving others, the society as a whole and other sentient beings, is something true.
Kalte semina janpa derkanda janpa derkanda tene sambo to kalte yodna tevija teketena mimam ulpo gunyaba changu tene skito yokta tyo to pe tene thakse zabu jigute chapa tene hana juskan namjin la tene nampe chos tena te ruketena tene nam sapa tene tisencha tham jati sambo kurte jarpani sambashe gose to kaptancha tena kapu baba da sanatani jikte na yutani mimam kudena tene mata ingje kurte jarpani sambo yokuse kaptan teno kalte teu yorna lemba tene jite sam semas keto dam teu yonyancha yotcha kalte ma te tu yorna yorpena kondone tusamena teu da soana questa sul ketena na fa yute yorno
So, as I quoted earlier, the teaching of the Buddha has gained special new interest and attention from people in the countries where the Buddhism has not spread before, and also where it has spread but declined. So people from around the world, east, west, north and south, there are people who are taking interest in the teaching of the Buddha, and they appreciate and admire the teaching for its teaching of peace. So here we have quite a number of monastics. In one of the scriptures, Vinaya, the monastic code of discipline, it is said that the monks and nuns should not just be satisfied with their robes, wearing the robes, but they must study, reflect and meditate, and also combine single-pointed concentration and insight, so that while wearing the robes, monastic robes, that they are able to integrate the teaching of love, compassion, and the teaching of the bodhicitta and emptiness. If they could do this, their upholding the monastic robes becomes worthy, and they would be a pride to the teaching of the Buddha. So, on the other hand, if the monastics wear the robes but become disgrace to the teaching, it's not good for the teaching of the Buddha. So I would like to appeal to the monastics to keep this in mind, to be careful about their behavior. So, so we are all Tibetans, and the people of the Himalayan belt are the ones who recite the six-syllable mantra of Avalokiteshvara and praying to Avalokiteshvara. So the practice of compassionate mind, in order to cause it not to decline but to be successful in its practice, we need wisdom, and therefore we need to pray to Manjushri, the Buddha of wisdom. As this one verse praised of Manjushri says, I pay homage to Manjushri, who has a youthful demeanor and whose wisdom light dispels the darkness of ignorance. So in order to understand the teaching, you should use your wisdom, intelligence to see the truth and reality of things, and that should in turn help you to develop compassion. And with the compassion and wisdom combined, you eventually reach this state of Buddhahood. And therefore, it is very important to use our intelligence to see the reality and truth of things. So the verse praise of Manjushri, the Buddha of wisdom, is I pay homage to Sri Manju Ghosh, who bears a youthful form and is adorned with a lamp, with the lamp of wisdom that dispels this darkness of the triple world. So now, the praise to Manjushri. In order to develop your wisdom and intelligence further and further, so that you are able to clarify all your doubts, ignorance, and understanding. The praise is homage to the Lama and protector Venerable Manjushri, who holds at his heart a scripture symbolic of his seeing all as it is, whose pure genius shines like the sun unclouded by the two obscurations, who, with compassion like a father for his only child, teaches with 60-fold eloquence all beings imprisoned in cyclic existence, groping in the darkness of ignorance and overwhelmed by suffering. You, whose thunder-like proclamation of perfection of wisdom arouses us from the stupor of our afflictions and frees us from the iron chains of karma, who wields wisdom's sword, vanquishing the darkness of ignorance, hewing down our every sprout of suffering. You who are primordially pure, gone to the end of 10, please repeat this mantra after me. Om Arapatsa Nadi. This is Manjushri mantra. Om Arapatsa Nadi. Om Arapatsa Nadi. And let us recite it. Let us recite it one round of mala. And particularly to the students and the young people, if you can recite this Arapachana mantra of Manjushri, it will help you to have a good intelligence increase your intelligence. So when I was a child, small child, in Kumbum, there was a reliquary, and maybe I was about 2 or 3 at that time, and I saw in that temple little children, monks, reciting this mantra. And I wasn't reciting the mantra myself. I didn't have much feeling at that time, understanding about this. But Arapajana mantra, Manjushri, helps you to increase your intelligence so that you will understand what you have not understood before, and you'll be able to eliminate your misconceptions about reality and also doubt about reality and truth. So it'll help your wisdom. So let us recite this together for one round of mala. So let us recite this mantra. This is the verse prayer, one verse prayer to Manjushri. So with this salutation to Manjushri, please recite, let us recite the mantra Arapachanadi. Om Arapachanadi, 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 Om Arapachanadi. Om Arapachanadi, 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 Om Arapachanadi. Om Arapachanadi, Om Arapachanadi, Om Arapachanadi, Om Arapachanadi. Om Arapachanadi, Om Arapachanadi, Om Arapachanadi, Om Arapachanadi. Arapachanadi, Om Arapachanadi. Om Arapachanadi, Om Arapachanadi, Om Arapachanadi, Om Arapachanadi, Om Arapachanadi, Om Arapachanadi, Om Arapachanadi. Om Arapachanadi, Om Arapachanadi, Om Arapachanadi, Om Arapachanadi. Arapachanadi, Om 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 Arapachanadi. Arapachanadi, Om 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 Arapachanadi, Arapachanadi, Om Arapachanadi, Om Arapachanadi, Om Arapachanadi, Om Arapachanadi, Marapachanadi, Om Marapachanadi, Om Marapachanadi, Om Marapachanadi, Om Marapachanadi. With the brilliance of your wisdom, O compassion, illuminate the darkness of my mind's confusion. Grant me the light of self-assured intelligence, and that I may see into the Buddha's words and the texts that explain them. So with the brilliance of your wisdom, O compassionate one, illuminate the darkness of my mind's confusion and grant me the light of self-assured intelligence that I may see into the Buddha's words and the texts that explain them. So everyone, monastics and lay people, young and old, and particularly the school children and those who are attending schools and institutions, learning institutions, if you can recite this mantra daily, it will really make a difference in your understanding the teachings, the different subjects. So, even though you may have a very great intelligence to see reality and understand things, but if you don't have compassion, your intelligence may be used in an unconstructive way to cause trouble to others. So while praying to Manjushri, the wisdom Buddha, you should also have compassion to sentient beings. Regarding myself, as soon as I wake up, I make this prayer, which says, as long as space endures, as long as sentient beings remain, may I too remain to dispel the miseries of the world. Next is the teaching on the 8 verses on mind training. With the wish to achieve the highest aim, which surpasses even wish-fulfilling gem for the benefit of all sentient beings, may I hold them dear at all times, whenever I interact with others. May I view myself as the lowest among all, and from the depth of my heart hold others as superior. In all my activities may I probe my mind, and as soon as afflictions arise, since it endangers myself and others, may I confront it directly and avert it. When I encounter beings of unpleasant character, and those are oppressed by intense negativity and suffering, as though finding a treasure of precious jewels, may I cherish them, for they are so rare to find. When others, out of jealousy, treat me wrongly with abuse and slander, may I take upon myself the defeat and offer to others the victory. Even if someone I have helped, or in whom I have placed great hope, gravely mistreat me in hurtful ways, may I view him as my sublime teacher. In brief, may I offer benefit and joy to all my mothers, both directly and indirectly, and may I quietly or secretly take upon myself all the hurts and pains of my mothers. May all of this remain unsullied by the stains of the 8 worldly concerns, and by understanding all things as illusion, free of clinging, may I be released from the bondage. So Geshe Langri Thangpa, was the author of this text. It's a great text, and I recite it daily, and it's very helpful. So, based on this text, you can reflect on bodhicitta on the one hand, which is the method side of the practice, method aspect of the practice of the Buddha Dharma, and then also the view of emptiness, which is the wisdom aspect. And so through the combination of these two, bodhicitta and the wisdom of emptiness, you will be able to tread along the path to enlightenment, the path comprising the fivefold path, culminating in Buddhahood. So treading through the path of accumulation, path of preparation, path of seeing, and path of meditation, and then finally you reach the Buddhahood. And so with these two principles of wisdom and method, you'll be able to attain the two bodies of the Buddha, which are known as the Dharmakaya and the Rupakaya, the physical dimension and the wisdom or the Dharmakaya dimension of the Buddha, so that you will be able to serve all sentient beings across the expanse of space effortlessly. As the prayer says, as long as space endures, as long as sentient beings remain, may I too remain to dispel the misery of the world. And so, with your wisdom, you should be alert of things and reality and truth, not only for one lifetime, but throughout your lifetimes, so that while you are on the trainee level path, on the path of accumulation, preparation, and so forth, I also hope to reach the path of preparation, and I'm dedicated and determined to serve all sentient beings until the space comes to an end. So with this, as organized by the Lamdon Models Senior School, we have gathered here, and I've been able to give an introduction to the teaching of the Buddha based on the 8 verses by Langri Thangpa, and also the Gangloma praise to Manjushri. So regarding these 2 texts, I have given you an explanatory transmission. So in any case, we are all followers of the Buddha, Shakyamuni, and therefore we must accord our behavior in thought, words, and deeds with the teaching of the Buddha and not be a disgrace to the Buddha. So I was in stock at the great Buddha statue. I made my prayer there. So I also made the determination that I will not be a disgrace to the Buddha and the teaching of the Buddha, but I will follow the teaching as best as I can in accordance with the intention of the Buddha. So of course, I do respect all religions of the world because all of them teach love and compassion. But Buddhism particularly, from philosophical perspective, it has a very profound and vast teaching. So my Muslim friends also may be able to learn about compassion that is taught in the Buddha Dharma. They may pay attention to this while keeping their faith in Allah. They may learn from the teaching of the Buddha about compassion and bodhicitta. The Muslims in Tibet in the past attended all the government's ceremonies and festivals. So they were treated like they lived like other Tibetans. So the Tibetan government would always invite the Muslim brothers and sisters to the government functions without any discrimination. So all of us, including the Muslim friends, we are all following the same message, which is love and compassion that are taught in our respective religions. So we should not make discrimination. We should not discriminate others on the basis of religion, but be harmonious. We have a sense of camaraderie. I'd also like to say this. So in the beginning, in we set up, we founded the Tibetan school in Missouri, and then there were other schools also which had religious instructors, and the teachers were Geshes or Lamas. But then later I thought that using the term religious instructor or religious teacher is not so good, but it should be changed to philosophy teacher or instructor, because religious instructor seems to give a very narrow scope in our minds. But with the term philosophy, we can see the broadness in our thinking. Therefore, I changed the name to philosophy teacher. And then I also urged the nuns to study philosophy through dialectical debate. And therefore, today we have nuns who have become geshes. So when you understand philosophy, it will help you to also use your intelligence and your wisdom to see, to check the reality of things. I saw the young students debating earlier. It was very good. So this tradition of debate in the Tibetan tradition was started by Chaba Chogi Senge. So since it was founded by him, if I could be quite audacious and say this, perhaps if I debate with Master Nagarjuna in debate, where he would be defending his position and I would be challenger, perhaps we could make him scratch his head at some point, not being able to answer the questions. So as someone who is very proficient in debate, there's a saying that in Tibetan tradition, that if you can actually try to rationalize in your debate and say something that is not true to be true and something that is true to be untrue, then you are said to be proficient in debate. So this dialectical debate and reasoning is not only to be used in religious or philosophical subject, but we can use it in any other subject. So I really appreciate the students who debated earlier. So you should pay more attention to this dialectical debate and familiarize yourself with it. It would be good.
Chulke Zerana Nyampo Chosis Kola, Tapik Sambo Santa Semen, Tadu Zerana Nyampo Kabina, Reglamen Fogna, Tenet Tower Sola, Telemospe Nato de Kola, Tata State, Tenayon, Jas, I Tatai Katu, the Tasal Zate, Teoma, Tato, I Tata Santa Tirkabo, Tevatila Kaduchi, Strategy Kanata, Tevateo Ketena, Portla, Chapa Chochi singing that can be Santo Gacha, Te Luxo, Tata, Te Luxo, Matapo, Tega Ketena, so Takaluchi is called a Chapa Chona, Tata Chona, Kyoma, Tanto Yon, Kate, Gondul Dundu, Tanja, or that the last Tantana, or that Chapa Chochi singing, Tenetu, that the Soto, the Gadi, Reglame Tona, Gondul Dundu, but then Chapa Chona, Gondul Dundu Mountain, Kaduxia, Santo Tane, Bunya, Nasambia, Pepsitan also. Somebody, Chapa Chochati, Dase, Porla Tate, Yotani, Chapa Chetu, Lucetena, Matrapo, Totakalusi is called a Samotana Yapo, Samotna Ting Zapotanga, Ripama, Chametola, Samotanga, Tashe, Gute, Chaso, Chuja when it do Jante, Eager, Sota, Soda, that Pijate, they were Kudula to Nenema, to Tato, Daremana Bina, Tunito, Suara. Portla tene yotane tene khaje kone tene po napa chipa de sector semeno tene kon popa in sambane sambabo kona yoteno tene janpane sambadam te oportu do kona yoteno so sa podi yuna kadu shi tene kone chiga digdane zato digdane na tene popa khaje kutte ka yote popa nazi to tertijo jada no so tene kodu de tene riglam jamcha to Lama Kaptani, they were used to the Shuja Josia, they were not Santo Sante Yuja, then Shuja and the Tapata Kandi, Kuduma to Sateta.
So that's all for today. So the Lamdon Model School have organized. So the Lamdon School is now 50 years old. So I would like to greet all the staff and students of Lamdon, and the past staff and students have really made a great contribution, and I would like to thank them. And the current members of Lamdon Model Senior Secondary School are also dedicated in your works. So we are talking about using intelligence and examining the things around us. So regarding the teaching of the Buddha, it is not only for, we are not only talking about preserving it for 1 or 2 years or 1 or 2 generations, but for hundreds of years, for many generations to come. So everyone should work hard. So today's program was organized by Lamdon Model School. So on this 50th founding anniversary, I wish you Tashi Delek and thank you.
Tene Nirapchi Gishi Sera Mano, the Ryut to the Lucia Tene, Samlo Tamusha, Kapjani no, Tenana Jena, Data Juja, to Son Se, Zakane, Radi Jokana, Tevuniche, Tenama Yada Tenu, Samala, to the chase, to when a Jansa Pocket, Tena, Shoshipo Menga, Riglam Jambo, Makapjani, so on.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Holiness.
Thank you, Your Holiness, for illuminating us with your valuable words of wisdom. It would be a lifelong lesson. Now, as the culture unfolds before our eyes, be prepared to be transported into a reel of sheer enchantment as the talented students of Lamdon School grace us with their captivating cultural performance, weaving a tapestry of artistry and tradition. Ladies and gentlemen, the long-awaited moment has arrived, the enchanting cultural program. Now we have the students of junior section to mesmerize us with their amazing dance performance on Lamsa Marco.
Kasa teni kartelio se cholangatang chana gomeka Lamdon special turim lokti sinda chikpana ngispe loktukuni chopne kartelio sigra pula sacheseno soba mimang lanjas chapta samana tinangya ho khonga susyosa.
Everyone, please congratulate the children who are going to give a dance performance or song or something. I think it's a Tibetan song that they're singing. A tribute to His Holiness, I think. This song says, wearing the red robes, you travel around the world, and with your folded hands you create peace in the world. You are the sun and the moon. This is Dalai Lama. Sun and the moon in the sky and the peaceful view. I find peace in my mind. life has transformed. Dalai Lama. Traveling around the world wearing the red robes and with your foreign hands create peace in the world. Bring peace in the world. With the sun whistling to Dalai Lama.
Maldemo Zigra
Thank you.
Kasa Coinsting ne Lamdon Special Thorim Lopti Puti Doshak se Chosne Chapskan se Zigra Pulaza Jeseno Kasa Zixa Zadang Miman Lanyas.
Please enjoy the next show. It's a traditional dance, I think Chapgan. By students of Lamdon.
was indeed a very captivating performance. Now let us commence this wondrous event with a graceful shondol, a Ladakhi royal dance that has etched its name in the Guinness Book of World Records for its grandeur. Presented by the talented students of Lamdon Traditional Club. Let us welcome them with a resounding round of applause.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you very much for the inspiring performance. Now, let us witness the magic of Jabro Mix performance by Chagdur House. Let us warmly welcome them with your gracious hands.
Solo nam ser dom selti kajam Spandila sergi me totro Jala yul ngombe ngom shingi Mili yul chorbe chor shingi Chang chule nala sos kyoro na chung song la song lo selembas kyoro na chung song la song kyoram pa ting do na ma chang chule Langi yul de la lo song lo palame tong de lo song la song ya yi tang gi skin la ma chang chu le ngala la me lo jir ge chu la song lo se le gi me lo jir ge chu la song Tala yul jong skit pa jan Jam tala yul jong skit pa jan Kangri ala kangri zo mo ki Kangri ala kangri zo mo ki Sto tila re bo kya mo yo Sto lo tila re bo kya mo yo Chu chena la o jo ngar mo yo Chu chena la o jo ngar mo yo Tani lurdi mi do lurdi do Tani lurdi lama jalal do Lurdi tos pedis ma lurdi amelo Pe marto to chen mo shi kurgyo yo Lurdi tos pedis ma lurdi amelo Chimbe aram dursi kulurgyo yo Lurdi tos pedis ma lurdi amelo Zaru lugi zaru shi kurgyo yo Tani lurdi lama jalal do Tani lurdi lama jalal do
Thank you very much, Chagdur House. With the conclusion of this insightful rising program, I hope that all of you have thoroughly enjoyed today's event. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you for making this day a resounding success. May the knowledge we gain today guide us towards the journey of our success. May we find joy, happiness, the very purpose of our life. Thank you.
Kasa tani tingjuk pika thukje che sungsha di fiangi Lamdon Special Thurim Lopchi Dr. Stanzin Dawa Jua Pulin.
We are all aware that the success of any educational institute depends on the principal. The principal is the driving force who manage, coordinate, guide, and supervise various activities of the educational institute. It's my honor to welcome Principal Lamdon Model Senior Secondary School Lay, Dr. Sanzin Lava, to come on the podium and deliver a vote of thanks.
Hello. Jule, Tashi Dilek. Good morning. Thank you is such a beautiful prayer that cannot be seen or touched. It must be felt by the heart. I feel honored and privileged to propose a vote of thanks on this special occasion. Our heartfelt respect and devotion to you, Your Holiness, from all of us present here in person and in spirit. We are truly honored to inaugurate the Lamdon Golden Jubilee and Lamdon Yarchoe Chenmo with the blessings of Your Holiness under the theme of connecting people through science, compassion, and universal ethics. Your Holiness' commitment to peace, compassion, and education has been an inspiration to countless individuals around the world. Your tireless efforts in promoting interfaith dialogue, human values, and universal ethics have left a significant mark on humanity. On behalf of the Lamdon School, I extend my heartfelt thanks to Your Holiness for blessing us with wisdom, compassion, and teachings on the 8 verses of training the mind, and Gangloma praise to Manjushri, which provides practical guidelines for cultivating compassion, wisdom, and altruism. These teachings resonate deeply with the ethos of Lamdon School and the goal of Lamdon Yarchoe Chenmo. Your mere presence fills our hearts with hope, and we are privileged to have you as a beacon of light and inspiration in our lives. During the formative stage of Lamdon School, Your Holiness blessed the school with competent and committed teachers, Tibetan teachers, and principal, God Dundup Dojela, who played significant roles in shaping Lamdon School during the initial days. Your Holiness, a firm believer in the importance of scientific education, generously donated funds to build Science Center in our school. We have been offering doctors, engineers, and scientists in and outside of Ladakh. Your Holiness' blessings and generous support to the Green School project. Today we have over 8,000 plants and trees on the school campus. Over the past 5 decades, Lamdon School has been a beacon of education excellence in fulfilling its vision of a globally responsible, locally relevant, and happy Lamdon School. My sincere appreciation and gratitude to all the eminent Rinpoches, venerable monks and nuns for the continued support and blessings to Lamdon School. Today, words are not enough to express my gratitude to the Honorable Chief Executive Councillor, Advocate Tashi Gyaltsen, Honorable Member of Parliament, Jamyang Namgyal, Distinguished Executive Councillor, Commissioner Secretaries, and Deputy Commissioner, Upper Lake Councillor, and the heads of department for their consistent support in developing the much-needed infrastructure for Lamdon Yarchoe Chenmo. Profound appreciation and thanks to Rathustan Songli, President Ladakh Buddhist Association, President Ladakh Thangpa Association, President of different religion associations, prominent citizens, officers, distinguished guests for your support and guidance to Lamdon School. I would like to acknowledge the invaluable support and contributions of our generous sponsors and well-wishers. Your support and contributions have been instrumental in shaping the success of Lamdon School over the last 50 years to provide quality education to countless students. Profound gratitude and thanks to the visionary founders, past and present management, president and members of Lamdon Social Welfare Society, teachers, principals and staff members who have contributed to the success of Lamdon School. Your dedication and tireless efforts have shaped the Lamdon School into a 21st century school today. Please continue to be the guiding light that inspires the future generations of Ladakh. Sincere thanks and gratitude to the former principal, Ka Ishe Tundubli, for his contributions over the last 2 decades. To our students, past and present, you are the heart and soul of Lamdon School. Your enthusiasm, curiosity, and dedication to learning have made this institution a vibrant hub of learning. Sincere gratitude to all the alumni who have spread far and wide, carrying the essence of Lamdon School with them. Your accomplishment in various fields stand as a testament to the quality of education at this institution. Many thanks and much appreciated to alumni for your financial support and hard work to make this program a grand success. Heartfelt gratitude to all parents and guardians whose trust and support have been instrumental for the success of Lamdon School. An event of this dimension cannot happen overnight. The wheels start rolling months ago. Behind the success of this event, there's a team of hardworking individuals. My sincere appreciation and thanks to Venerable Geshe Langri for his guidance and support to Lamdon, for the organizing committee, Lay Pudo Gobas, Lower Lay Gobas, the president of different societies in Lay, GeoSeal, Fire and Fury Corps, partners, volunteers who have supported in all possible manners to make the event a grand success. Your meticulous planning, attention to detail, and countless hours of hard work have genuinely made Lamdon Yarchoe Chenmo a memorable one. Last but not least, profound gratitude to all the distinguished speakers who came from different parts of the world to have a glimpse of your holiness and share their insights with us at the conference. I cannot thank everyone enough for the involvement they have shown. If time is money, then today you all have spent millions for us. Thanks to all of you for making this event successful. May the concept of universal ethics be soon adopted by the United Nations as a part of modern education curricula to be introduced and implemented across the world. Through the compassionate vision of your holiness, may all the world leaders of today and futures learn from your vision of universal ethics and universal compassion to become more sensible leaders so that all citizens of the world can breathe the fresh air of peace, freedom, and security. Your Holiness, please live long for us so that we, the sentient beings of the entire world, can constantly receive the sunshine of your guidance, blessings, and continuously learn from your living example of unconditional love and compassion. At last, I won't say goodbye to Your Holiness, but I'll say, see you soon, Your Holiness, in Ladakh next year, maybe Lamdon. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Principal Sir. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is a humble request to all of you to kindly stay back. After the departure of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, we are going to continue with the cultural program. So please stay back. Thank you.
Hello. Mimans gunskot masale dontang yot kartsang mala. Darum kartse loyan se degree masara enogle. Tu oni Jacques Mampuna palatalik jaskan bozik siskyo chezinok. Mimans sangma dontang yot tenokcho. Mimang sangma dontang yotka darum tu unisezlu mamang po karjo sezlu zixte dontang donte tal chusesgo za chezenok.